Hi, Namaste my dear students. Welcome to SRS Heritage School online classes, JEE NEET Foundation program, session 12 of class 8. Today, I am going to start you basic geometry. Today's topic is a part of basic geometry. Already we have an idea about point, line segment, angle and all. So what is meant by an angle? Angle is nothing but the union of two rays. What is meant by an angle? This is a ray OA. If O is this one, A is this one, OA is a ray. The union of two rays. The union of two rays having the common vertex is called an angle. So this is angle AOB or angle BOA. Symbolically it is denoted by angle AOB or angle BOA. You are familiar with this definition. So angle is in, we have to show in either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise direction is positive, clockwise direction is negative. Directions of negative. The angle between the two rays must be either it is positive or negative, it must numerically both are equal. So, by using the definitions of angles and lines, combination of lines and angles. So, today our topic is lines and angles. Lines and angles. So, there are two angles. This is one angle. I'll name it as some AOB, and there is another angle COD. They both are different angles. Angle AOB and angle COD. If the two angles are having common vertex, then such kind of angles are called what? The two angles having common vertex as well as common arm. They both are having common vertex and common arm. These are called arms. Two arms, OC, OD. Or else this is initial ray, this is terminal ray. As you learn in lower grade, initial ray, terminal ray, of course these two are also called as arms of an angle. If the two angles are having a common vertex, this is common vertex, if I take A and this ray is OB and suppose this ray is OC. OA ray, OB ray, OC ray, all the three are having common vertex. The union of the ray OA and OB is called one angle. The union of OB and OC is an angle. This is separate angle, this is separate angle. But these two angles are having common vertex as well as the common arm. Angle AOB, what are the arms? OA and OB. Angle BOC arms are OB and OC. But these two angles are having OB as a common arm or common ray. Two angles. Such two angles are called adjacent angles. What are they? Adjacent angles. Come to the definition. The two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have a common vertex, that is O here, and a common arm OB, and their non-common arms. What are the non-common arms of OA and OB? The two non-common arms on different sides of the common arm. These two are different sides of the common arm. See, OA, OB are different sides of the common arm OB. So these angles are called, such angle is called adjacent angle. Tell me then, what are the adjacent angles here? Angle AOB and angle BOC. These two together, we can call it as angle AOC also. So angle AOC can be written as angle AOB plus angle BOC. Angle AOC can be written as AOB plus BOC. This is about adjacent angle. Just definition of the adjacent angle. For example, if this is 45 degrees and if this is 30 degrees, then this becomes as 45 plus 30, 75. It varies based on the angle. Next, come to the linear pair of angles. Next one is linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. When the two angles pair, when the two angles are said to be linear pair of angles, if a ray stands on a line, let us take a line, name it as AB is a line. A ray OC stands on the line AB. The ray OC stands on the line AB. Then the two angles form. Are formed. The sum should be 180 degrees. Why? Because this is a straight line. Straight line forms an angle. Straight angle, it is 180 degrees. These two together is straight angle. So the sum of these two angles are called linear pair of angles. What are the linear pair of angles? It must be. But what we discussed the first one? Adjacent angles. In adjacent angles, the common ray need not be stand on the line. But here, one common ray should be stand on the line. Then this is for this angle BOC, angle AOC. OC is common arm only. OC is the common arm. When it stands on the same line, then the sum should be angle BOC plus angle AOC is equal to 180 degrees. It forms a straight angle. So then such angle, sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, and when the common ray stands on the line, that is called linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. Next, consider two lines are intersecting. This is the line AB and line CD. The two lines are intersecting at how many points? The maximum they are intersecting at only one point. The two lines intersect at only one point. Such lines are called intersecting lines. These are what? Intersecting lines. This point is called, where the two lines are intersecting, the point is called point of intersection. Where O is called point of intersection of the line AB and CD. Only two lines. Two lines that intersect at maximum one point only. Intersect at one point. Sir, maximum only one point you are telling. If the two lines are intersecting at lie on the another line, there are infinite. So at different distinct point is 1, there are also at exist infinitely many points. Then these lines are called coincident lines. One line upon the another line. That means which intersect the other line in distinct number of points. Infinitely many times. Infinitely many times intersecting. Such lines are called coincident lines. This is intersecting at one point, these are intersecting at many points. So in generally at a distinct point they intersect at only one time. That's what I'm telling that. If two or more lines, here two lines intersecting. For example, two or more lines intersect at one point. As to name as some L, M, N, something like that. So this is a line L, M, N I'm taking. L, M, N are three lines I'm taking. The three lines, three or more, two or more, not only more than two. More than two, not only two. Two means intersecting at one point only. More than two lines, that is either three or more. More than two lines intersect at a point. Such lines are called concurrent lines. Three or more lines. Concurrent. Concurrent lines. Three or more lines lying on the same plane and passing through the same point. These are lying on the same plane and passing through the same point. That point is, if I take O, such lines are called concurrent lines. The point is called point of concurrence. Point of concurrence. Concurrent line, this point is point of concurrence. If two lines do not intersect anywhere, this is one case. These two lines do not intersect. They did not intersect anywhere. Here these two lines also did not intersect anywhere. But if I extend these two lines, there is a chance to get intersect. If I extend these two lines indefinitely, but there is a chance to intersect a point. So then, when I extended those two lines intersecting some point, means again they are called intersecting lines. They are intersecting lines. Observe this example. If two lines do not intersect, if I extended indefinitely both the sides, they do not intersect anywhere. Such lines are called parallel lines. We have seen in daily life situation, railway tracks, they do not intersect anywhere. So, parallel lines example, we can say that railway track, and there are some conditions also. The distance between the two parallel lines, is always fixed. Fixed distance. This is 5 centimeters. Everywhere should be 5 centimeters. Then they are said to be parallel lines. In railway track also, the distance between the two tracks always constant distance. It's a fixed distance only. That's what they are said to be parallel lines. Two lines which never meet or intersect, even when we extended indefinitely, are known as parallel lines. The distance between a set of parallel lines remains the same. If I assume this is P and Q, this is R and S. PQ is a line, RS is another line. If these two lines are parallel, symbolically I have to write PQ is parallel to RS. This is symbolical representation. Symbolical notation of parallel lines. PQ is parallel to RS. If I denote L and M, L is parallel to M. So, this what is meant by lines and what are the angles so far. Now come to the angles when the two lines are intersected. if the two lines are intersecting, this is the line AB and this is the line CD. They are intersecting at point O. If two lines intersect each other at O, then the angles are so formed. What are the angles are formed? This is one angle, this is one angle, this is one angle, this is one angle. Angle AOC, angle AOD, angle BOD, angle BOC. There are four angles so formed. But this angle and this angle have a common vertex. Not only these two pairs, every pair of angles, these two angles have a common vertex and common arm. So now these two are said to be what? Adjacent angles, as we defined first definition. These two are adjacent angles. Now these two are also having common vertex, common arm, these two adjacent angles, these two are adjacent angles, as well as these two are adjacent angles. But come to these two angles comparison. Angle BOD, angle AOC, angle AOC, angle BOD. If you compare these two, the two angles having common vertex only, but they do not have any common arm or common ray. There is no common arm for these two angles. When two angles have common vertex without any common arm, then such angles are called the vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. So how many vertically opposite angles are formed? Angle AOC, angle BOD, one pair. Angle AOD and angle BOC is another pair. This is one pair, and as well as these two is together one pair. Now there is a theorem. If two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. You have to prove these vertically opposite angles are equal. The target to prove those two are equal, as well as angle AOD, angle BOC also equal. I'll repeat the theorem statement. If two lines intersect each other at a point, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. Already as we discussed class 9th and 8th, 9th, 10th also, whenever you find a theorem, you have to maintain there are four different important steps you have to follow. First one is given or hypothesis. The second one is required to prove. The third one is construction, and the fourth one is proof. These are the main steps to prove the theorem. Hypothesis or given, required to prove, construction if it necessary. Construction is not mandatory for every theorem. It depends on the theorem. And the fourth one is proof. Now to prove this one, comes to the proof given. So what is given here? There are two lines. AB and CD are two lines intersected O. AB and CD are two lines which intersected actually this is a lines and angles is one of the important chapters in class 9th also, regular syllabus also. Next, to prove. What to prove? Vertically opposite angle. First one, angle AOC is equal to angle BOD, as well as second one, angle AOD is equal to angle BOD. Next, construction. But here no need of any construction. Then I'll go for directly fourth one, proof. What to do now? If we observe As we know the adjacent angles part, OA is a common ray for the, on OA stands on the line CD, isn't it? The ray OA stands on the line CD. So these two are adjacent angles. Anyhow, it is line. So then what is the sum? Linear pair axiom, as per the linear pair axiom. So OA, ray OA stands on the line CD. So angle AOC plus angle AOD, angle AOC plus angle AOD is equal to 180 degrees. This is what? By using linear pair axiom. Short form I am writing linear pair axiom. Similarly, if AB is a ray, AB is a line, OD is a ray. So ray OD stands on the line AB. So there, what I used to get here? By using linear pair axiom, this is AB line. This is stands on this one. This plus this one is 180. So angle AOD plus angle BOD is equal to 180 degrees since linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom. Observe from these two equations, so both RHS are equal from 1 and 2. Both right hand sides are equal means then automatically left hand side must be equal. From 1 and 2, what I should do? RHS, here RHS both are equal, then automatically left hand side must be equal. I equate them. Angle AOC plus angle AOD is equal to angle AOD plus angle BOD. Both the sides equality rule. Angle AOD gets cancelled. Equality rule. So that implies angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. That is one of this. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Hence, first one is proved. Then it comes to the second one, similar case. This is stands on this one. Sum of these two is linear pair. Sum of these two angles mean forms 180 degrees, and again sum of these two forms 180 degrees. Apply the similar way, you may get the second one also. So what do you say now? Vertically opposite angles are equal when the two lines intersect each other. When the two lines intersect each other, the vertically opposite angles are equal. See one problem based on this. If the two lines are intersect each other at O, name it as some PQ, RS, anything like P, Q, R and S. Instead of ABC, then I am going with a PQ, RS. So angles of these two equal to, these two ratios have given. So let me take angle POR is to angle QOR is equal to some 5:7. The ratio of these two angles is 5:7. Find all the angles. Find all the angles. This ratio, but what is the ratio? These two angles are, it forms a linear pair or not? Adjacent angles, and it forms a straight line on the straight line. So it forms a linear pair axiom. By linear pair axiom, sum of these two must be 180 degrees. So as we know that angle POR plus angle QOR is equal to 180 degrees as linear pair axiom. So but they are in ratios which take some variables. The two angles are ratio of 5:7 means one angle is some 5x and another angle is 7x. Not only x, any other variable you have to take it, constant. So let me take x only. So what is the angle of this one? 5x and 7x. So if I take some 5x plus 7x is equal to 180, which is nothing but 12x is equal to 180. 12 is multiplying here. If I'll transpose, which divides, so x is equal to 180 by 12. If I simplify, 12 ones are 12, 6 remainder, 60, 16, 12, 15 times. So x is 15. When x is 15, therefore, angle POR. What is angle POR? POR part is 5 parts. So 5 parts, 5x. One part is equal to 15. 5 into 15, 75 degrees. Similarly, angle QOR. Angle QOR is equal to 7 parts. 7 into 15. 7 15s are 105. So then I got this is 75 degrees and this is 105 degrees. Can you find the rest of the two angles as from the previous theorem? So vertically opposite angles are equal. These are vertically opposite angles. This is 75. Automatically this is 105. So if you know one angle, when the two lines are intersecting at one point, if you know one angle, rest of the angles, three angles we can calculate. No need to solve this problem also. If I know this angle, yes, this is 75 means this sum should be 180. So 180 minus 75 is 105, 105. So 105, this one vertically opposite angles, over. If for example, this is given 20 degrees, 20 opposite, vertically opposite angles, this is also 20. This comes 180 degrees, 180 minus 20, 160 degrees this is vertically opposite angle 160. Similarly, you may calculate rest of the any problems based on vertically opposite angles you can. If I take the two lines, of course, timing they are not intersecting. The two lines, if I take some L and M are the two lines, they are not intersecting. These two lines cut by another line. These two lines cut by another line of P at two distinct points. At two distinct points, some R and S, or else at some A and B, I'll take A at a point A and at point B. Then this line P is called transversal line. This line P is transversal line. If a line intersects any two lines, not only two lines, two or more lines, then that line is called a transversal line. Sir, if you go like this, this is P, this is Q, if this is L, if I take, can you say that L is transversal? No way. Why? Because L did not intersect the P and Q at distinct points. The same point it intersects. So this is not transversal line. Either P we can't say that transversal, P or Q or L, they are not at all transversal lines. What do you say? These are three or more. Three or more means concurrent lines. Okay. Now L is a line, M is a line. Lines can be generally denoted by small letters of the alphabet also. If or else we go with two different variables, A and B, P, Q letters. But only single letter means small letters of the alphabet. Now, if I take a P, line P, intersect the two lines L and M at distinct points or not? Now, can you say that this P, L is C is called a transversal line to L and M? Yes. If when a line intersect the other two lines at two distinct points, there forms an angle. How many different angles are so formed? So find out. This is one angle, name it as 1. This is another angle 2. This is another angle 4. And here one angle. This is one angle. This is 1. This is 1. So totally, if transversal intersect the other two lines at distinct points, then there forms a totally 8 angles are so formed. 8 angles are so formed. In next session, I'll brief about these 8 angles and what are the names also. So, what are the different types of angles names, so the proofs. So, next session, I'm going to continue. Thank you. Have a nice day.